Sevenoak and Movo teamed up to bring us this. This is the Movo Mic Rig W1 video grip handle with an integrated wireless microphone system. We're going to test this out with a few different cameras, see what the audio quality is like. Let's get into it. Welcome back guys, this is Shane. If you're into video and audio reviews and tech tutorial guides, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. If you enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Today we're checking out this Movo and Sevenoak collaboration. I'm really looking forward to trying this. Now, for those wondering, this isn't a full-blown gimbal. I have a Ronin S back here, and it's a very different unit to something like this. But one of the cool things about this, from what I can tell, is it has a transmitter, which means we're going to be able to do some external audio recording, which I can't wait to check out. This will work for both action cameras, DSLRs, all that kind of stuff. We're going to test it with a few different cameras, but firstly, we're going to unbox this and see what we get. A massive thanks to Movo for sending this out. If you want to find out more about it, links will be in the description below. Let's start with an unboxing. Included in the box, we get some instructions. Included, we get this happy/not happy card. That's interesting. And we also get the unit packed beautifully. I got to say, this is nice and light as well. My first impressions of it is it doesn't weigh much more than my bog standard handle back here. So I'll show you the difference in just a moment. Let's open this up and see what we get. Included in the box, we have a smartphone mount, and it also has a spirit level at the top so you can keep your shots horizontal. Included, we get an action camera mount. This will work not only with a GoPro Hero 8, but also with a DJI Osmo Action. Included, we get a lavalier microphone and also a little wind filter for it as well. We get a 3.5mm TRS jack to micro USB cable. Included also a couple of different cables for using with your smartphone or audio adapter. And here's the transmitter up close. As you can see, we get a microphone input as well as a line output. Now the transmitter takes AAA batteries, whereas the receiver/handle takes AA batteries, which I've got plenty of, and I don't think I've got any AAA, so I'm gonna have to go buy some to do this video. Now here's the receiver/handle grip up close. I think it feels really great in the hand. It's got some grip underneath here, as well as some finger indentations just for a little added grip. We get a cold shoe mount on the top, so if we want to connect an optional light, which I've got over here, we'll also test this out. We can hook that up to the top and we should be good to go. Allow us to record when the light's not so great. If we take a look at the bottom section, we actually get a soft grippy section here to support the camera. We also get a non-removable threading, which I really like. So if we put the camera in here, you're never going to lose this by accidentally forgetting to tighten it up or take it off or anything like that. It's just going to stay in there nicely. That's a really cool addition. In total, we get 3 cold shoe mounts, one on either side here and here, and one on the top. I think that's pretty cool. We get a headphone out here so you can monitor your audio. We also get a line out which will go directly to the camera. And on the other side, we have an on-off button as well as a plus and minus which controls the output volume. Through the power of editing, I've just gone up the street and purchased some AAA batteries. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. So in terms of the transmitter, now this operates up to 131 feet, which is 40 meters, and it's on the 2.4 gigahertz band. Generally, with a lot of digital units like this, much like the one I'm using right now, it will either work or it won't. It's not like UHF where you can kind of get a signal. If it starts to fade out, it'll either be completely on or off. We're going to do a distance test with this in a moment. We're going to be using this with my G85, and this lens is the 14 to 42 kit lens, and this also has stabilization, so it's quite good, even though it's, you know, the laughable kit lens. I did a review of it. If you want to watch that, I'll leave the link up in the cards, but I actually really like this lens, especially for outdoor stuff. It's pretty cool. So we're going to set it up firstly for this, and I'll show you what I'm doing along the way. So let's get into it. So the first thing you want to do is to screw in the camera. And I've got it so the lens isn't protruding past the front of the actual grip. As you can see, the lens hood is just over the edge, but that right there is fine. Now there are some people that like to turn the camera to face forwards, for example, and they'll hold it like this and the lens will be coming out this way, but I actually much prefer it this way. It feels a whole lot more ergonomic, at least to my hand and the way that I like to work. Up next, we're gonna load the batteries into the receiver. Probably should have done that beforehand. Let's do this. I know, it still allows you to do it even with the camera mounted, which is really cool. I wondered if it would actually fit or not. Up next, we're going to insert the battery into the transmitter. Next, we're going to attach the microphone to the transmitter. Now we also get a little foam cover for the microphone as well, much like the one you can see on my shirt microphone. And this will essentially just help stop a little bit of wind noise and also any plosives. If I've got my head down and I say a P or a B word, usually that would pop the microphone, but these really help. These little wind filters / pop filters are really quite good. We also get a little clip as well, so we can use this if we so choose, and I definitely will choose to use it. So I'm just gonna work out how this one goes in. It looks a little different. Oh yeah, it just clicks in directly to the microphone. Very simple, I like it. What we need to do now is to connect this to the camera, and there's a provided cable for that as well. And I also want to make sure that it's long enough to reach. So let's give it a shot. Now my mic jack is over here on this one. There it is. Now if you're using a smartphone, the other cable with the double ring is also included. We're going to the line out of that. All right, can I open the window, the flippy screen? No, I can't. That's my own fault. I should have done that before. I'm just gonna, if you've got a camera that doesn't require some sort of intervention on focus, then you'll be fine. You can leave the flippy screen closed, but so far so good. I think that looks pretty good. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna go outside and we're gonna test whether or not the audio on this is actually any good. I might do it indoors first just to see how it goes in control conditions, and then we'll take it outside. So we're gonna try this vlog style right now. As you can see from my other camera, how I'm holding it is just by the camera. This probably isn't the most ideal situation, but you're listening to the microphone that is now attached on this side. So the audio that you're listening to is actually going through the Sevenoak straight into my G85, which has pretty decent preamps. Now we're gonna test this out outside as well. But firstly, you might be saying, why do you need a wireless connection if you're so close to the camera? It's basically if you've got talent who's away from the camera. So not me, but actual talent. We're gonna try this and see what kind of range we get. Let's go outside. All right, so I'm just gonna go backwards and see what the reception's like. I can see that the levels look like they're working. I'm yet to hear the audio quality of this, and I'll comment on that in just a moment. But so far, it looks like it's recording, albeit if the audio is any good or not. So let's go back and see what this works like. I'm actually gonna go back to about 20 feet. Actually, this is more like 30 already. It's got to be at least 10, 12 meters. And this is all the way back to probably 20 meters or so. And this is quite a distance. I can still see the receiver in line of sight. There's a couple of branches in the way, but I'm down here, so hopefully it's working. My Rode is still recording, so if I've got any problems, I can switch back to that. We may actually do an audio comparison in just a moment as well, but it looks like hopefully it'll be all good. And being that it's 2.4 gigahertz digital, it will mean that the signal will either work or it won't. So we'll test this out and I'll comment on it in just a moment. So I just had a quick listen to the audio quality out of this unit going directly into my Panasonic G85, and I have to tell you, I think it sounds stunning. I've been using a RodeLink wireless pack now for so long. I use it on all of my YouTube channels. I think it sounds great, and it's what is over on this side right now, and that's what you were listening to at the start of the video, and now you're listening to this unit recording at the same time. So I'm recording both and I'll switch between. I'll now go back over to the RodeLink wireless pack so you can see how they compare. I usually just add a slight compression to my voice, and that's it. It's called levels. You just hit it and it adds like a 4% compressor. Seems to balance things out nicely. And now I'll go back to this Sevenoak/Movo unit, and you can hear how this compares. Now, usually when I test relatively inexpensive wireless packs, they always seem to let me down. This one, at least to my ear, just putting it straight into the computer and having a listen, I was pleasantly surprised. Let me know your thoughts below. What we're gonna do now, I'm gonna see if I can find my cat who just went outside, and we're gonna follow him around with this and see if we can get some shots and test out the stabilization. So here we go. All right, I'm not sure where the cat went, so I'm gonna just do some walking shots and show you the stabilization. This will be one-handed with it just out in front of me. All right, we'll do the same thing, except this time I'll also be holding the camera by the side and the handle from the top. And lastly, with one hand under the whole unit and one on top of the handle. Looks pretty smooth. So now that I'm back inside, I just had a quick review of the footage, and I can tell you it definitely looked best either when I was holding it like this and with one hand on the side or one hand underneath, and I was getting some pretty stable shots just with this kit lens on the Panasonic G85. Now, it got me thinking, if I was to use my GoPro on this, this whole audio section would be rendered pretty much pointless. unless you've got something like a Zoom recorder that you can plug into the top and then have the talent with a microphone on and then run that into the Zoom mic and then also do all that in post-production and sync it up. But just as it stands, the GoPro Hero 8 without the media mod doesn't have a connector that would work with this. So as of right now, I think it's a really great unit. I was getting some really great results by holding it like this with a hand under it, but I think it's best suited to somebody who already has a mirrorless camera or DSLR that just wants easy stabilization or a little bit of added stabilization mixed with this audio solution. I think that's where it shines. So running a GoPro on that for me would be overkill because the GoPro already has great stabilization, and it would just mean I might as well bring a big camera if I'm bringing my GoPro. Now that's just for me. Everyone's perspective will be different, but I'm not going to up sort of size a GoPro in the heat of the moment to this if I'm walking around. I just think it would be better suited on a basic one like this. If you're going to do it, get one without, you know, the whole wireless connectivity for the microphone, because the GoPro just doesn't have that input jack. Now, if you've got a media mod or you've got an Osmo Action with their little adapter for the audio, this would be a really great solution as well. I was also going to show you the light, but I'm going to do this in a separate review. It's getting kind of dark and I figure I might as well wait till it's completely dark. Sorry I couldn't show you where the cat went. He just went outside and disappeared. So I was hopefully going to get you some footage of the cat walking around with this, but as you can see, the stabilization is really good. As long as you're holding it with two hands, I think you get the best results. I was either holding it like this or also like this, getting some pretty stable shots. One-handed, it moves around a bit. Two-handed, of course, it's going to be better. Hold it with two hands in any particular fashion, you're going to get some great results. I'm really blown away by the audio quality on this. It really shocked me just how great it sounds. So thanks again to Movo for sending this out for the review. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell, and I'll do a video of this light coming up pretty soon. We may actually attach it to this on the next video too. So stay tuned, catch you soon. See ya.